Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the powerful world of .NET, a versatile framework from Microsoft that's revolutionizing modern development. Whether you're building web applications, mobile apps, or robust backend services, .NET is something for you. With the recent infrastructure issue with CrowdStrike and Microsoft servers being down all over the world, I thought it'd be nice to talk about what Microsoft's technology offers, and especially focusing on .NET, which is their main programming framework. If you look over the last 25 to 30 years, Microsoft servers and Microsoft programming language have probably created more than a billion jobs worldwide. Whole economies in places like India with the outsourcing capabilities. Even for myself, I started off as a Visual C++ developer many years ago now, 25, 30 years ago. This was all built on the back of Microsoft open sourcing its programming, well, not open sourcing, giving its programming languages out in terms of Visual C++, Visual Studio, and allowing people to build, allowing people to innovate, and allowing people to develop. Their servers as well have allowed people to basically build, millions of systems all over the world, um, and then basically on phones, on websites, back office systems, and now recently we have Azure, which is Microsoft's cloud system. What Microsoft intends to do really well is basically they'll get all their developers to basically unite and push their products. So basically, AWS used to be the biggest cloud product. Microsoft seen a gap, come up with Azure, provided seamless .NET integration, and Azure basically took over from AWS as the main cloud provider. They did the same with Microsoft Teams over Zoom. Similar type of thing, really. Okay, so let's look at .NET. Let's explore some of its key components, their unique capabilities, and how they stack up against the competition. First off, we have ASP.NET MVC. This framework is perfect for building dynamic web applications. It offers a clean separation of concerns, making it easier to manage complex projects. Compared to non.NET frameworks like Django and Ruby on Rails, ASP.NET MVC provides superior performance and scalability thanks to its integration with the .NET runtime and robust tooling from Visual Studio. Excuse me. Next, let's look at ASP.NET Web API. Designed specifically for building RESTful services. It allows you to create APIs that are easily consumable by a variety of clients, including browsers, mobile devices, and desktop applications. Compared to frameworks like Flask and Express.js, ASP.NET Web API offers better performance, built-in security features, and seamless integration with other .NET components, making it an excellent choice for scalable API development. Next, let's talk about Blazor. Blazor is transforming web development by allowing you to build interactive web UIs using C# instead of JavaScript. With Blazor Server, which is basically a replacement for ASP.NET MVC, which we mentioned earlier, and Blazor WebAssembly, which is basically focusing on Angular and React, you can run C code directly in the browser. Unlike traditional JavaScript frameworks like Angular and React, Blazor offers seamless integration with .NET libraries and services, providing a unified development experience and reducing the need for context switching between languages. As a team lead on a lot of roles, this is really important. Basically, having completely separate front end and back end teams does cause issues in regards to knowledge sharing and basic complexity of projects. For those building cross-platform apps, .NET MAUI, I call it MAUI, so it's pronounced capital M, capital A, capital U, I, is a game changer. It's the evolution of Xamarin Forms, which we'll get to later, enabling you to build native mobile desktops with a single code base. It supports iOS, Android, macOS, and Windows. So basically, this misty on the internet where Microsoft don't do open source and don't do cross-platform. It's a bit of a nonsense, really. Compared to Flutter and React Native, .NET MAUI, I want to call it MAUI, but it's MAUI, offers deeper integration with platform-specific APIs and a more consistent developer experience through C# and .NET. You heard me mention Xamarin Forms earlier. So speaking of mobile development, Xamarin, Xamarin, is another fantastic tool in the .NET ecosystem. With Xamarin, you can create native Android, iOS, and Windows apps using C#. Compared to other cross-platform frameworks like Cordova, Xamarin provides a near-native performance and access to the full range of platform-specific features, ensuring your apps are fast and feature-rich. I don't know if you remember when Google Play music come out and it decided to compete with Spotify. I found the difference between the apps a lot. Like Spotify was seamless, really quick. your response time is really quick. Whereas Google went with in essence, a sort of a cross-native solution where basically some of the interaction was web-based rather than native. The difference in the performances is why Google Music didn't compete with Spotify and basically ended up more or less disappearing. This is a good example of where Xamarin is really useful. So that's the front end. That's all the things you can do on the front end. Ever needed, but obviously we always need to run tasks in the background. .NET background services are perfect for that. They allow you to create long-running processes that run independently of the user interface. This is ideal for tasks like data processing and file uploads. Compared to similar services in Node.js or Python, .NET background services offer better performance and integration with other .NET components. ML.NET. With the advent of AI and data analysis at the minute, big data, Python's the leading language in this. So Microsoft have got an ML.NET library which basically tries to replicate a lot of the Python libraries with regards to AI and big data. If you build microservices, minimal APIs in .NET are a fantastic option. They're lightweight, allow you to quickly build and deploy APIs with minimal setup. I mentioned earlier Web API. That's a more complex, big enterprise level Web API system. Minimal APIs are designed for basically things like Azure functions or Lambda functions on AWS. Compared to Express.js or Flask, minimal APIs in .NET are highly performant and benefit from strong typing and advanced features of C#. Now let's look at data. Managing databases can be complex, but with NC Framework Core, it's a lot simpler. NC Framework Core is an ORM that lets you interact with databases using C# objects. Compared to ORMs like Hibernate or SQLize, EF Core offers better integration with the .NET ecosystem. Link support, which allows basically developers to query a lot easier in C# without having to write raw SQL statements like you do in a lot of Hibernate stuff. And performance optimization that makes database interactions more proficient. A big thing when you're picking what you want to work with is performance. Now let's talk about performance. .NET excels in multi-threading. It's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest benefits of it over Python, which is a single-threaded language, allowing you to run multiple threads concurrently and utilize multi-core processors. The asynchronous program model in .NET simplifies concurrent code, making it more readable and maintainable. Compared to languages like Python or JavaScript, .NET provides superior multi-threading capabilities and performance. At the core, so how do we link all this together? In essence, when we're using all these .NET tools, what do we link it all together? We've got a programming language. It's called C sharp, C hash sign. It's pronounced sharp for some reason, but it's a C hash sign. It's a powerful and versatile programming language. C Sharp combines the ease of use of higher level languages with the performance of lower level languages. Compared to languages like Java or Python, C Sharp offers more modern syntax, better performance, and a strong integration with the .NET ecosystem. The .NET ecosystem has been around for 20, 22 years now. It's absolutely huge worldwide. When it comes to performance, obviously we've got to look at performance. .NET is competitive with other languages. Thanks to just-in-time compilation and optimization techniques, .NET applications often outperform those written in JavaScript, Python, and even Java in certain scenarios. Obviously, C++ will outperform .NET in the most performance testing, but there is solutions where sometimes .NET outperforms C#, even outperforms C++. The highly optimized .NET runtime continually improves. It's got huge investment from Microsoft, making it robust for high performance applications. Also, we've got now. Let's talk about cloud. So basically, what .NET have got is Azure, so the biggest cloud provider. .NET integrates seamlessly with Azure, which is basically the number one cloud provider out there. So let's finish this talk with a conclusion. .NET is a robust and versatile framework that empowers developers to build high performance, scalable, and maintainable applications across various platforms. Whether you're working on web development with ASP.NET MVC and Blazor, mobile development with Xamarin and .NET MAUI, or backend services with Web API and minimal APIs, .NET is the tools you need to succeed. And with C Sharp at its core, you have a powerful modern language to support your development needs across the full stack, so you don't need cross-skilled teams. Hopefully, we can continue to build amazing things with .NET. It's took a bit, Microsoft has taken a bit of a beating with the recent CrowdStrike failure, but it still is for me the best framework out there, especially for the entire frameworks across the, in one technology teams. It's unbeatable. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.